Hello everyone. Um, Made a video previous to this one, but unfortunately, YouTube thought it was too long, so um, I didn't post it. But I figured that it was time for me to rant about something, and this is something that's pissed me off quite a few times. Um, Now, number one, before I say anything, I want you to know that I'm not a homebody. I'm not one of these, crotchety people that likes to bitch and whine about, stupid shit. But one thing I do have to bitch about is I live in a college town. Um, and it just surprises me the amount of disrespect these people have. They don't give a shit. They really don't. I was driving uh, home one day, coming down the street closest to my apartment, and there were college students playing football in the road. Okay, I was on the way to a friend of mine that lives about a block away from here, and I happened to be slightly out of it, and there were people crossing the road, and I didn't see them, so I had to slam on my brakes. So they thought that it would just be a grown-up thing to, as they're walking by, every single one of them flick me off, and I didn't appreciate that very much. It took a lot of effort not to turn around and run their asses over. Another thing is someone that there's an apartment building about 4 or 5 blocks away from here, and they think it's just the greatest thing in the whole wide world to set off fireworks at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, there you go. Probably the reason why they set off the fireworks is because they're severely intoxicated. How? Okay, this is a question for all the people who have decided that college is not a learning experience. You've finally been able to get away from your parents for the first time. You don't have them leering over your shoulder. How the hell do all these college students drink and smoke pot and do whatever the fuck else they do night after night after night after night? I mean, how can you live? How is that even a livelihood at all? If I did that, I would not be able to function. I really would not. And when it comes to things like that, okay, there a lot of these college students, they just use mommy and daddy as much as they possibly can. They drive around in $30,000 cars. Like the other day, I saw this guy who might be a freshman. He didn't look much older than that. Driving around in a 2009 Mustang GT. You don't. Why does a college student need a 2009 Mustang GT? It doesn't make any sense to me. And they take so much for granted. I mean, here you go. Your parents, a lot of them, their parents have sent them off to college, um, to get an education, to be able to better themselves, and have money, have a life, have a good job, and they would rather flush it all down the toilet. They would rather get shit faced every night. I really, I don't get it. I really don't get it. They, and it's mainly the parents' fault because the parents think that it's such a wonderful idea to give their children every single thing that they want. They ask for, they beg for, they plead for, they whine for, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Is it that hard to say no? I mean, really? Well, I mean, when I was growing up and everything, if I begged and whined and bitched and moaned to get something, my father would look at me and laugh. And believe it or not, I actually appreciate that I didn't get everything I wanted. Because if I did, then I would be like a lot of college students around here. I wouldn't give a shit. Mommy and daddy spent $30,000 on my car. Well, if I get drunk and wreck into, a telephone pole or run over, three pedestrians on my way home and total my car, oh, it don't matter. Mommy and daddy are going to pay my medical bills, and they're going to pay for me to get a new car, and it's going and most like my parents, if I was to go out and do that, my dad would have cussed me one side and the other. Okay, you know, it, they would be minimally concerned about my well-being because I was a dumbass. It was my fault. But here you get, some of the college students around here, they do it. Mommy runs in crying, "Oh, honey, are you all right?" Dad, your dad comes in, he's just, kind of absent-minded because he really doesn't give a shit. Well, wait about 2 months, and oh, looky there, someone's got a brand new car because I don't have any way to get around. And it's just such a downer when I can't take my girlfriend out to eat somewhere because I don't have a car, and taking the bus, well, that's just not right. Da 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 da. I mean, okay, here, I'm gonna end this right here and right now. Okay, to all to these people who I'm addressing, I have 4 words for you. Get a fucking life. Here's two more just to top it off. Grow up. So, hope you've enjoyed this. Um, one thing, there is a YouTube person I'd like you to check out if you happen to watch this. Her name is Nabarger's wife, and it's Nibargerswife, and it's 51482. Check her out. She's awesome. Let's see. Like one other thing, I can't remember the username of this person, but search Aladdin plus a whole new world. I know it sounds totally odd, but trust me, what you're looking for is you're looking for this guy that's singing the song, and you'll know it if you've got the right one. Trust me. But thank you for watching. I hope I haven't bored you to sleep, and I'll see you next time.